Now, in Asia, we saw them deploy a massive amount of testing early on. We know they did it in Singapore. We know they did it in South Korea. I'm pretty sure they did it in China as well. Now, they were prepared before because SARS hit them harder than everyone else. So I think they were prepared, whereas it never really hit America. And so I think America was more blasé about it. Am I stating that correctly? Because I'm understanding in South Korea, they tested everyone and then isolated the cases and investigated the cases, and through mobile technology tracking people and also mobile alerts, really got the whole population on board to all act together to really squash and drop that R naught down below 1. That's what they're trying to do, right?
Exactly so, Brian. Yeah. I think you've identified two issues there. The first one is people in the States and in Europe had no concept of pandemic. If you'd said, what is a pandemic? They might have been able to write a definition down on a blackboard or something. But, to actually know what a pandemic means, to actually understand the devastating effect that a pandemic could have, because people couldn't conceptualize that they thought it couldn't happen, because it's unimaginable. So they believed it wouldn't happen because it was unimaginable. So I think that's one problem there. But you rightly say, as you rightly describe, there's been two main strategies that have been proved to work. So in China, initially they had massive top-down strategies with the social isolation to try and press the book down.
Right, in almost a military way that maybe only the Chinese population would tolerate, where they were literally locking things down and forcing people to whatever, quarantine or that kind of thing.
Yeah, basically isolating every person from every other person. Now, you're right, the Chinese are a very disciplined culture. But in my country now, in England now, we're doing exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
And we have had a few hiccups yesterday. We saw some crowded tube trains and things like that yesterday, but people are realizing, and certainly where I am, people understand that this is a matter of life or death. We simply have to do it. So the population is now complying with that. And then as time went on in China, they did start introducing more testing, but the virus got a bit of a head start in China. It was really bad timing. It was Chinese New Year.
Yeah, and the New York Times had a whole graphic showing the travel and the population, and the fact that in Wuhan, I think on January 1st, 7 million people left Wuhan for the Chinese New Year after they believed there were probably 1,000 cases perhaps, and went to all areas of China, and then potentially some of those people went to Thailand. And yeah, you could see, like you said, bad timing and not enough early awareness there.